Hey everyone. I hope that your day is off to a fantastic start. I'm doing what has become my morning ritual, walking around the house and opening up the house like it's a store or something. Like I literally walk around and open up all the blinds, turn on the appropriate lights, like just get the light rolling in the house. It just feels good. Typically, Thursdays are Just Start From Ideas to Action podcast release days. It's typically the day that's really exciting for me because I get a chance to reveal the conversations that I've been having with men and women across the country and the world that are starting things. But we're not going to release an episode today. And this whole idea came to me a few days ago when I listened to the most recent episode with Denise Hamilton from Watch Her Work, focused on using your current skills to get to your next step. So not feeling like you need to acquire something new, but using what you have to get to your next step. And typically when I record a podcast episode, like I'm listening to the person, I'm actively engaged, I'm pulling out answers, pulling out nuggets from them. But I really don't get the full impact of the release until I go back later on and listen to the episode. And so I have to separate myself from the editing process, let somebody else do the edits, and then I come back in, when the actual episode is released, and I listen just like you guys listen. And I hadn't done that in a while. And so the other day I was listening to Denise's episode, and I was like, wow, this is such a good episode. Like I wasn't involved initially, but it was just so good. And it reminded me of a phrase that I hear used that I despise. Like I absolutely hate this phrase, but it's true this time. And that phrase is that sometimes you got to eat your own dog food, right? You have to actually eat what it is that you're putting out here. And not sometimes, like all the time you should eat your dog food. And so today we're going to pause, and I'm actually going to go back and take some time to listen to pretty much all the Just Start From Ideas to Action podcast playing in the background while I'm getting my work done today. And I'm going to encourage you to do something similar. If you want to listen to the Just Start From Ideas to Action podcast from 001, go right ahead. It's available on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Spotify. But I also want you to think about it from a more personal standpoint. Think about the advice that you give. So for example, are you someone, or do you know someone that gives great advice? Like, it's fantastic. You're just like, this is the best advice ever. But that person, or even you don't use your own advice when it's time for you to move to your next step, or it's time for you to cut that relationship off, or stop doing those bad habits, or start new things. You can't bring yourself to consume and activate on your own advice. And so I want you to sit in that today. Like, think about that. Think about, are you somebody that dishes out all this good advice, or are you somebody who recommends all these great books and all these great things, but you don't consume that stuff for yourself? So think about that today. We're going to share something in common. I'm going to eat my own dog food. You're going to eat your own dog food. Not for real, because that would be nasty. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to embrace that concept today and hopefully come back better people. Of course, there are going to be additional episodes of Just Start From Ideas to Action. I actually have some really exciting ones coming up in the near future. But, considering the time that we're in right now, I think that it is a fantastic time to just stop, think about what we have at our disposal, reflect on those things, and utilize them. So with that, wherever you're at in the world, I hope that you're safe, I hope that you're healthy, and I hope to see you again soon. Ciao.